lady came in with her younger daughter. She's in her 50s. This girl daughter was somewhere 25, 30 years old. They were doing laundry in their Spanish, and they saw Témenos, Biblios en español for you, gracias, not for free. We have a free Spanish Bible for you. Just walk in now. She walked in, she said, and so I gave it to her in her broken English and whatnot, and she said, sign. I had to sign it, and then I had to sign that one too. And then I gave her cards, and they'd come to church, and they're looking for a church. And just before coming to the service tonight, there was 2 people working at Dollar General over here. And then there was another lady. Remember we talked about at the round table before you left this afternoon, about clergy wear and so on and so forth. Watch this. I thought about you after this happened. This lady, I was behind her. She was at the cash register. I was behind her. And she was taking her back, and she looked back, and she looked back, and she kept looking. She said, goodness, all dressed like that. Man, what do you do? You don't see a man dressed up anymore. I said, see that church over there? Oh, that explains it. I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, because her and I had about a 20-minute conversation on the issue. Most pastors today, even on television, feel like they have to look like a tramp or a bum homeless to be able to lead people to Christ today. They go preach on television with jeans and their shirt tails hanging out. Huh? And they think that because they look like a homeless person, was running to there are people I've seen watching jeans with shirt tails hanging out, and then the football club from Chicago Cubs, I think it's Chicago Bears, had a football jersey on top of that, and running shoes. You know, the sneakers and stuff. Preaching the gospel. Who are you trying to impress here? But what do you think people will have greater? You're dishonoring the office. So just the point I made to her today. This lady was impressed. She said, "Where is yours? You look at you." When I said, "I'm the pastor," oh, that explains it. That explains it. And so, what are we saying here tonight? I think the most important thing is, if we could just learn to comport ourselves in a natural way. You are the bulb. Jesus inside of you is the filament. You are a mobile bulb. Bring me that bulb back there, brother. Right on top, right on top, right on top. Yeah, right on top. Bring that bulb back up, just thank you, brother. Is that the broken one? Is that the broken one? No.
You need to stand for it?
No, this is fine. Right. Now, these are the new types of bulbs that they have out. I think these bulbs are so screwed up, I can't believe it. But there was a time we used to have bulbs, you know, they look like a bulb. They used to look like this coil springs on the rear end of a car. But anyways, you get the idea. Jesus said, "You're the light of the world." Let me ask you a question. If Jesus says you're the light of the world now, that means inside, the filament inside of you is Jesus. Is that correct? Let me ask you a question. When did Jesus ever turn the light off? So the filament's still on. So that means you're still lit up. But if you don't see yourself as a lit up bulb, then you're not going to comport yourself as such. Are you getting the picture? I'm a bulb. You're a bulb. Jesus is the filament inside. We're the outside structure. And I don't like the structure of this one. I don't like looking like a coil spring on the back end of a car. I prefer looking like a bulb. Just for example's sake, however. Jesus is the filament, you are the bulb. You are the light. You don't, how do you know that this bulb does not have to work as shining light. The filament does that. I mean, Jesus is already the filament. We're just the covering. We're just the globe around the filament. Jesus is the filament. When did he turn the light off? The light is on at all times if Jesus is in your... Somebody help me. I said, if Jesus is in your heart, the light is on. And if the light is on, the game is on. So let your light shine. It's, in other words, once again, you do not have to work at being productive in the kingdom. It comes natural. It's just completely natural. Now, I'm done with this. I'm moving on with tonight's lesson. This was the preamble of what I'm going to teach tonight. Oh, did you learn something so far?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, all right. As long as you're learning, I'm teaching. Well, now I'm at that place where we need to go to Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 15. Okay. Catch us the foxes in the King James Version is catching is the same phrase. In other words, getting, catching, picking up. Let's get the little foxes. The little foxes. In fact, let's read this verse all together, shall we? Catch us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines. Why? For our vines have
Tender grapes.
Our vines have what?
Tender grapes.
One more time. Our vines have.
Tender grapes.
Let me point something to you. The most important asset to you is this. Don't let anything or anyone, any circumstance in life destroy this. Nothing. Anywhere from people to attitude to money or the lack thereof. Don't let anything destroy this. They're tender grapes. Let me give you the backdrop. Solomon is giving here an image and tried to, see, by the way, let me just sidebar. Israel has the best wine in the world. Israel has the best grapes and the best, richest soil for the grapevines anywhere in the world. Bar none. I wonder why. The entire symbolism of the blood of Christ is in the wine. The entire symbolism of Israel is the vine. In the Old Testament, it was not the Star of David that was the symbol of Israel, it was the grapevine. You look at Jeremiah, looking in Deuteronomy, you look at every place in the Old Testament, when God described Israel, he described Israel always as a grapevine. As a grapevine. Why is that? Because it's the best product in the world. Wine and grapes are of the finest palatable taste of the world. It is not strong alcohol. Moonshine has nothing on high quality wine. It just happened. Now, I'm not an expert, I'm not an alcoholic, I mean, what do I know? I simply understand from Scripture and understand from life experience and from what I understand from television and understand from what we see in books and so on and so forth. Understand this tonight. Why did God call Israel the vine, the grapevine, the vine? Because Jesus in the New Testament is the true vine. Why is he called a true vine? Because it's all symbolic in that it symbolizes and demonstrates his relationship to the church, with the church, and reproducing himself in the church, watch now, and for the world to taste and see that the Lord is good. When they ran out of wine, marriage feast up in Cana of Galilee, they said that Jesus, the Mary of mother of Jesus, said, we've run out of wine. What are we going to do? Let me take care of this. Don't tell me what to do. Let me take care of this. They said, and Jesus asked, where's your water? Where's your water pots? Well, there are 6 water pots. 6 is the number of man. 6 water pots. He said, fill them all up with water. Fill them all up with water. What? Do it. Now don't fill it with water. Just start pouring. As it poured, my God, that was pretty. Get the lesson. As they poured, it went from water to wine. You have a feeling inside of you that you're nothing but clear water. Start giving it up. God miraculously transforms it into the best of the wine. So that the world can taste, as the comment was at the end of that feast. Well, where does this wine come from? And that man turned back. Oh, man, the best wine. And he went to the master of the ceremony and said, what have you done? You've kept the best wine for last. Usually it's given at the first. And then when they're half drunk and a little tipsy and happy, as Otis Campbell would say, then you give them cheap wine, they don't know the difference. Well, that's what John chapter 2. Well, you give them the best wine because you get reputation. And then as the evening progresses, they get a little tipsy, and their taste buds are a little tipsy as well. And then by the time towards the end, just give the cheapest $2 wine bottle, you know. And oh my God, that's good too. Well, you're half corked anyway. You don't know the difference. But Jesus kept the best wine for last. What does that tell you? Somebody preach at me now. What does that tell you? The last day church will be the sweetest wine this world has ever known. The first one, which was Israel, thought it was good wine, spiritually. But Jesus kept the best for last. And the end time church will have the best wine again. Huh? The fruit and the beer gets better and better because we improve with age through our experience with Christ. Huh? Like fine wine, it improves with age. And as it poured, are you getting that picture tonight? How vital that is for us tonight. So now, where am I at? We're looking for the foxes, all right? Now I'm going to break into what I'm going to share with you at length next week. It's already 8:15. Although in Los Angeles it's 5:15. We have 3 hours to catch up today. So that'll be pretty good. So listen closely. Watch now. You can mark this verse down because next week is where we're going to start with. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22 and verse 23. The fruit of the Spirit, right, is colon love. Everybody say love. Yes, sir. The fruit of the Spirit is love. Song of Solomon said, let us take the little foxes that spoil the vine. The fruit of the vine is love. Paul said that the fruit of the Spirit, that you bear much fruit, is that you bear much love. You can't separate love from the fruit, fruit from love. These are love grapes. Y'all are one huge cluster of love grapes.
Mhm.
This is what Calvary Community Church looks like right here. Well, we're more than that.
Be gentle with it.
I'm also be gentle with them. That's what it should look like. And love is written on every one of these little rings. God, they look good, don't they? Boy, they,
Almost look real.
yeah, I was going to say, they just look so real, it's unbelievable. The fruit of the vine is love, joy, and peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, mercy, and so forth. Next week, I want to talk to you about love, and I'm going to attack the foxes that spoil the vine. We are going to describe them, every single one of them. I'm going to throw a big word at you. And if you don't know what the word means tonight, look it up. It'll be your homework for the week. Antithesis, antithetical, A-N-T-I-T-H-E-H-E-S-I-S, antithesis. That's the verb. Antithetical is the adjective. A-N-T-I, anti, or antithetical, or thesis. T-H-E-S-I-S-S. Now, we're going to find out what is antithetical or antithesis to love. In case you don't know what antithesis is, or antithetical, it is a parallel opposite.
No, we don't have to look at it.
Huh? Oh, that's what I forgot. I wasn't supposed to tell you. Okay.
Spoiler.
Still look it up. A-N-T-I, T-H-E-S-I-S. Antithesis. Yeah. That's the verb, so antithetical will be the adjective describing it, okay? Now, understand something tonight. You see, I blow it, I gave you the... Look it up anyway. Oh, I've got a real challenge for you. And the media center. That'll be a good thing for this class. In the media center back there is Noah Webster's Dictionary, 1828. Bottom left, when you walk in, go to the left, you'll be facing you at the very bottom, you'll see that dictionary. It's called Noah Webster, not Daniel Webster. I can't believe what they've done. They haven't, but go to Noah Webster's Dictionary, 1828, and look up the word antithesis. Huh?
Google it.
Well, that's... He's already looking it up. Okay. Did you get it already? What does it say? Yeah, I can't have it.
Trying to see which one. Figure of speech in which opposition or contrast of ideas is expressed by parallelism.
Parallelism, yes, that's what he said. It's a parallel opposite. Parallel opposite.
Words that are opposite
Opposite.
strongly contrast
That's right. That's
each
exactly.
other, such as hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins.
See what I'm saying? Okay, so there you have. Now, next week we're going to look at the foxes that are antithetical to love and the fruit of the Spirit. Why? Because Song of Solomon said, let us get to the foxes. If you cannot identify them, how can you catch them? Is that right? If I cannot identify the little foxes, how can I get them? How can I get rid of them? How many understand a little bit more tonight how valuable you are and how valuable you are to the kingdom, how valuable your productivity and you cloning yourself and other reproducing yourself, capacity to reproduce, how important that is. How many see that through this illustration that I gave here a little while ago, how important you are and how important we are as a church? Our grapes are tender. Our grapes are tender here at Calvary Community Church. Isn't that precious? Oh, they look so real. I gotta put them down. I gotta put them down. I almost feel like I better put
You don't stop by the store after this.
that was something. On my way home.
It's fine, I'll take the permission away.
We going to vote, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to enjoy this series that I'm giving on. This is all continuing in the God's exponential curve. Exponential curve we talked about. This is all part of it because it's reproducing ourselves. All right, it's 8:20 already, and if you got another couple of hours, I've got plenty of material, believe me. My heart is full, the book's full. And all that you're getting on Wednesday night, Sunday morning, you're not going to find this in books anywhere. You're not going to find it on the internet that I listened to some other preacher and I got all these ideas, okay? Gary, you won't find it anywhere. This is all from the heart of God. 53 years of experience, walking with the Lord, that I'm able to enrich your life as I'm being enriched. It means a lot to me. And this is what I feel very saddened about, is that preachers, when they get to 60, 65, and 70, when they're at their peak of sweetness, in terms of a sweet, juicy grape, they retire. Just when they're at their peak of the finest palatable taste, because of their vast experiences with God and His ministry and the work of God, then all of a sudden he just...
They just fall off the vine.
Huh?
They just fall off the vine.
Fall off the vine.
They just fall off the vine.
And then there's no more of reproducing. There's no more of... When there's not life, there's life in that vine, there's in that branch. There's... I'm telling you, so much there. I'm having more fun right now at Calvary Community Church, pastoring this church, than I've had in my entire life. I'm more excited about God in this church and life as I've ever been in my life. Now, by the way, Diane sends her love. She's at her annual trek to Pigeon Forge with her old girlfriend from when they were 7 years old in grade 2 back in Marion, South Carolina. Her name is Kathy Snowden. And they've just been close as the friends all these years. And she left sticker notes on the cupboard doors of the kitchen, what to do, what not to do, before she left. And she's called I don't know how many times since she has left. She had called me every day, and she said, don't forget to buy some dessert, for Wednesday night. 3 o'clock this afternoon, she said, did you buy that dessert yet? The girl is in Pigeon Forge.
And she knows you hadn't done it yet.
Yep.
She said, did you buy it or did you forget to buy it? I just about fell off my chair. I
Well,
said,
you should have said, well, I'm too busy looking for these cats I can't.
Oh, my. She would have been on her way home.
Yeah.
Brian, I can't find these cats. I'm too busy looking for the cats, I can't go.
That's what I should have told Diane. I'm so busy looking for the cats that are lost. Well, I should have been on the next train home one day, right?
You'll have a contusion on your head like Ron did.
But she sends her love. So immediately after that, I packed my glad rags, went over there and bought some, only to find out that we really didn't need the dessert. But still, at least it's here. It's good for next week. While we're along, we need it. But this is just hilarious. I couldn't believe she called me at 3 o'clock. Did you get that? I said, you're a Pigeon Forge on vacation. You're calling me about dessert on a Wednesday night.
Well, she knows you.
She was right. I hadn't bought it. So I really went and did what I had to do. So anyways, she's just precious and sends her love. And she'll be back on Friday afternoon, and life will begin again for me. It's just, yes, and if she's watching, God bless Diane. They all said they miss you. All right, let's give the Lord a good clap offering.